Well, everyone, the iPhone XR is a very, very interesting phone as of this point. This is an iPhone that was somewhat of a budget phone back in 2018, but this wasn't really an iPhone that was, completely clear of all, controversies. There were lots of little tiny things that Apple put within the iPhone XR that a lot of people, including myself, weren't happy with. But throughout time, the iPhone XR ended up kind of becoming a very interesting iPhone that still is a really decent deal. But why am I telling people right now, as of this day and age, to actually be careful with this iPhone? Well, it actually comes down to one of the biggest changes this iPhone is probably going to get within its lifespan, and that is within iOS 17. iOS 17 is that next major version of iOS that the iPhone XR is not only supported with, but it is, in fact, as of this moment, the oldest supported iPhone on iOS 17. This means that out of all the many iPhones that are currently supported on that version of software, the iPhone XR stands alone as the oldest supported iPhone on that version of software. Now, the reason why that is so important is because this is almost, in a way, the cheapest entry point to the iPhone XR. A ton of people bought the iPhone XR for the many, many years that specific device was being sold by Apple. But the biggest thing to keep in mind on top of all of that is that out of all the versions of iPhones that are currently on iOS 17, the iPhone XR is probably going to be the one that's going to run iOS 17 the worst. When it comes down to the hardware, basically to the performance and everything behind that version of software, the features within that iPhone, within iOS 17, which is even more limited, the battery life, the battery health, so many things across the board, you are getting a limited version of iOS 17, albeit still a decent one, but you are getting a kind of limited version of iOS 17 on the iPhone XR compared to some other iPhones. So I would probably tell you, if you have the opportunity to, if you can wait, I probably would not recommend installing iOS 17 on the iPhone XR the first day that version comes out. You are way better off, and I mean way, way, way better off installing iOS 17 maybe a couple of weeks from now. If you want to wait until end of October, that would be a decent time to install iOS 17. That way you will at least get 2 or 3 versions of iOS. Maybe you will be at iOS 17.1 by that moment. That will be a much more stable version of software to install on that iPhone rather than installing iOS 17 the first day that version of software comes out. So overall, I'd probably tell every iPhone XR user, be a little careful, just wait on installing it, and that might be a better thing to do. So that pretty much covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.